Okay, now. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and the enthusiastic Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Degree intake of 2023, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location, and a warm welcome to each one of you to this event titled Embarking on Excellence. Welcome EMJM intake of 2023. It fills me with immense joy to come before you today as we celebrate the beginning of your Erasmus Mundus journey that promises to be transformative, enlightening, and full of extraordinary possibilities. This event marks a pivotal moment in the lives of our incoming EMJM students, a cohort of talented and ambitious individuals from across the globe. It is an honor to witness the confluence of dreams and aspirations from diverse corners of the world, all converging here with a shared goal, the pursuit of excellence through the Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Program. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host today, myself Rajon Bhuiyan, the Director for Outreach and Capacity Building Unit of Erasmus Mundus Students and Alumni Association. I myself graduated from Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Degree in 2019, and currently I am based in Luxembourg, a very tiny country in the middle of Europe. I am accompanied by my co-host, Anna. Anna, I give the floor to you now.
Thank you, Rajon. And hello, dear guests and dear incoming students. I am Anna Janjusevic, the Country Representatives Network Coordinator in EMA. I graduated from my MIM Erasmus Mundus in 2018, and I'm currently based in Montpellier, France. I am delighted to be here today to help you prepare for your future study and living experience in Europe. The topics we will cover include study tips, cultural accommodation, checklists before your journey, and other questions you may ask in the chat. Before diving into the session, I wanted to congratulate you on your well-deserved achievement of being selected as an Erasmus Mundus scholar. I imagine that you are excited for what is coming, but let's pause for a second and recognize and celebrate that you've successfully navigated a competitive selection process, earning you the funding to pursue your studies in Europe and at Europe's top universities. This accomplishment reflects your dedication, not only during the selection procedure, but also throughout your previous education and professional journey. So a round of silent applause for you all. And now you're about to embark on the Erasmus Mundus journey that will help you grow personally and professionally. During your master's program, you will be encouraged to develop a strong international network and gain a deeper understanding of various cultural perspectives. You will come together, study, and live with people coming from different backgrounds and parts of the world who will become your friends. The Erasmus Mundus journey will unite you. So you will be united in diversity, just like the motto of the European Union says. Speaking about creating a strong international network, I want to highlight that the Erasmus Mundus Association is a network for students and alumni of Erasmus Mundus programs, and being part of it can help you expand your network. So now I would like to introduce the speakers you will be hearing today from the Erasmus Mundus Association. So I would like to welcome first Ashikur Rahman, EMA's president, Ruturaj Trivedi, EMA's vice president, and 3 country representatives. First, from Indonesia, Virza Maradika. From Mexico, Carla Carrillo. And from Zimbabwe, Regan Chidakwa. Welcome.
And I will take the opportunity to introduce our 3 special guests from the European Commission. From the Commission's Directorate-General for Education, Youth, Sport and Culture, in short, DG EAC, we have with us Mr. Adrian Veale. And we also have with us Mr. Bruno Castro Benito. In addition, we have from the Commission's European Education and Culture Executive Agency, Ms. Helene Vanegas. Welcome to you all, and many, many thanks for joining us in this event today. Now, I give the floor to Anna. Yeah.
Yes, I would like to hand it over to EMA's vice president and president, who will present their insights about exploring the Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters experience perspective from EMA.
Dear attendees, esteemed guests, and the promising EMJM intake of 2023. I'm Ruturaj Trivedi, working as an engineer in Lyon, France. I graduated from Erasmus Mundus Master EMship in 2019. I applied to become an EMA member during the first semester of my master's and have been volunteering for EMA since then. I'm honored to address you with the prospect of what lies ahead in your academic and professional endeavors through the Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters. Erasmus Mundus Joint Master opens a new window of opportunity in our career. A phrase that encapsulates the essence of what we are here to celebrate today. As you step into this dynamic world of international education, collaboration, and innovation, you are poised to unlock a multitude of doors that lead to extraordinary opportunities. Each one of you, the newest members of our EMA community and EMJM family, represents a unique narrative, a story of diverse backgrounds, aspirations, and dreams. And as you journey through this program, you'll find that the EMJM experience is not just about acquiring knowledge within your field of study. It's about embracing diversity, about cross-cultural collaboration, and about expanding your horizons. The Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters program is designed to do more than equip you with academic knowledge. It's crafted to cultivate qualities that are highly sought after in today's globalized and digital world. Adaptability, open-mindedness, resilience, and the ability to walk across borders are just a few of the traits you'll develop as you interact with peers from around the world. But what truly sets the EMJM program apart is the unparalleled network you will build, comprising fellow students, esteemed faculty, and professionals in your field. These connections are your key to that new window of opportunity we speak today. They will be mentors, collaborators, perhaps even lifelong friends who will share your journey. As you immerse yourself in this program, remember that the experience you gain here extends far beyond the classroom. It's the moments of exchange, teamwork, and exposure to varied perspectives that will enrich your understanding of the world. These experiences will help shape your character and hone your skills, equipping you to tackle the challenges and opportunities of the future. So, dear EMJM intake of 2023, seize this chance with enthusiasm and open heart. As you cross thresholds and push boundaries, you'll find that the opportunities you thought were out of your reach are actually within your grasp. Your journey with Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters has just begun, and have no doubt that it will lead you to new heights of personal and professional success. Thank you and welcome to this exciting chapter of your lives.
Okay. So now, thank you, Ruturaj. Now we will go to Emma's president.
Thank you so much, Anna. Dear honorable guest from Directorate-General Education and Culture, Director-General Education Culture, Mr. Adrian Veale and Mr. Bruno Castro from the Commission, European Commission. We also have Emma's contact from Commission side, European Education and Audiovisual Executive Agency, Helena Banegas, dear Emma Management Board, dear volunteers, Emma members, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed EMJM coordinators, and most importantly, our cherished, newly selected 2,835 Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Scholarship winners and self-funded students. A very welcome and heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you. I stand before you as the president of Erasmus Mundus Association, and it is absolute pleasure to extend our sincere congratulations to the talented individuals who will embark on an incredible journey, a journey of knowledge, a journey of cultural enrichment, and a journey of personal growth. Congratulations and welcome to Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Programs. In just a few short weeks, you will begin your Erasmus adventure in the world of Joint Masters Program. This is not merely a conventional academic pursuit. Rather, it is a life-changing experience that you cannot yet imagine now. You are about to embark on a path that transcends borders, that transcends disciplines, that transcends cultures. Throughout your Erasmus Mundus Joint Master journey, you will have the privilege of studying in multiple countries, collaborating with peers from diverse backgrounds, and engaging in innovative research and learning experience. This unique opportunity will not only broaden your intellectual horizons, but also foster lifelong friendships, and perhaps most importantly, instill in you a global perspective that is indispensable in our interconnected world. Let me officially introduce with Erasmus Mundus Association. I do believe this is a very good chance for the president of the association to introduce you to the great team, to the great platform where you can actually find a lot of opportunities. I do believe that the screen is visible with you. So let me continue from the screen side as a presentation. So I'm welcoming you to this Erasmus Mundus Association. This is an association for students and alumni of Erasmus Mundus Master and Doctoral programs. Of course, we are linked to the European Commission. We care about higher education and its broad intercultural benefits on our way to get self-sustainable and influence global higher education and society. We funded in 2006 by an initiative from Director-General of Education and Culture of the European Commission. We are the students, and of course, we are the graduates. So I should say like Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters and also Erasmus Mundus PhD programs. We are more than 14,000 members across 174 countries. Right now, we also have legal status. We are based in Brussels as a non-political, independent, non-profit organization. Of course, we are 100% volunteer-driven organization, including Emma President. And we are the proud member of Knowledge Alliance that is known as Erasmus Students and Alumni Network. Our mission is to become a global network of distinguished, connected, and active members of greater Erasmus Mundus community. And we do have a mission, is to foster academic excellence, professional development, and multicultural exchange of Erasmus Mundus students and alumni globally. What do we do basically? We're trying to spread awareness about Erasmus Mundus program, about scholarship, about Erasmus Plus mobility, about quality of education, and of course, European higher education. We are building the community by offering personal, learning, and professional development opportunities. We support our members before, during, and after the completion of their study. So this is an event before we are supporting our potential members. You people, those who are watching us right now online, you are our potential members, and we are actually here to assist you. We do have global impact by developing a meaningful presence through project and social activities. So just a little bit about our organizational hierarchy. We do have management board, thanks to my 10 management board colleagues. That's why Emma is today here. So we do have 10 management board members. We do have 80 plus country representatives right now who are working from North Pole to South Pole of the world. We do have 113 program representatives. In Erasmus, there is 193 program, and in Emma, we do have already 113 program representative. There is some slot is open for you because right now we are also in a call for volunteer opening. So you have a chance. If you are a new graduate, a new student, you have the chance to be Emma volunteer. We also do have several project leaders who are conducting a lot of Erasmus Mundus Association projects. You can see a very happy photo. We are really happy because this year, we had our General Assembly in Lisbon with 120 participants from 57 nationalities. So I can say Emma is quite global. You can see some numbers for Emma. We are working 170 plus countries. More than 190 EMJMs are connected with Emma. We do have 229 volunteers right now today. In 1 year, around 340 plus promotional activities we are doing around the world. More than 600 plus universities are connected with Erasmus Mundus Association. I could say 50,000 beneficiaries are being benefited every year from our volunteers, thanks to our volunteers who are actually trying to give back to the community from all over the world. As I mentioned, we do have several projects. We are trying to skill up or reskilling and upskilling our volunteers through these 50 plus projects. More than 500 plus local volunteers are involved. So local volunteers are actually separated from the central team volunteers. And then we do have, I should say, 250K plus youths are being benefited every year from these types of projects that we are conducting. You can see a lot of number. I'm not going to take a lot of time because today is the time to hear from the commission, not from Emma. Emma is always there, but we cannot find our commission colleagues who are connected with us today. So I'm just showing you some screen about some projects that we are dealing. Our target, like for the project, basically, we are trying to make Emma shine. We try to put member skills in practice. We are trying to grow and experience together. We try to follow your passion that you do have. And at the same time, of course, we are working, we are volunteering for the community, for the society, for you. So this is just one example. That is a very successful Key Action 2 project that we have done. And now we are about to do the second phase of this project. So I'm not going to show you a lot of things. Please browse our website. You can see a lot of opportunities are waiting for you, those who are very new today. Just a little snapshots from different parts of the world. You can see PDU Bangladesh this year, PDU Nepal, P departure orientation India. Maybe some of you already know us from these types of P departure orientation because around 65 plus countries, Emma is a collaborating partner in order to organize this P departure orientation. We are also participating in different types of Erasmus Plus opportunities. Nowadays, we are actually partnering with national Erasmus officials, national agencies, international contact points, Horizon Europe, and several different types of commission projects. Emma is quite global. You have to find out your opportunity. Emma is a place where every opportunity can be nurtured. Just to show you that how much global we are, this is just some Facebook group. You can see the number of members of this group from Bangladesh and from Pakistan. Why I showed these two, because these two countries actually achieved the highest number of Erasmus Mundus scholarships this year. So it is something like Emma is working at the national level. That's why Emma is quite global. We speak all the language. So don't worry, you speak only Spanish or French. We are here. We speak all the language. Whatever you have, your idea, whatever plan you have, there is a place, there is opportunity for you in Emma. So come join us. And one thing I would like to mention here that we are the sole partner who is helping different commission by doing graduate impact survey after the program, after the first year of the program, after 5 years of the program, after 10 years of the program. So of course, you'll receive a lot of email from us, a lot of email from commission side, a lot of email regarding EU survey, and you know that Emma is partnered there. And this is also one of the requests. Whenever you see something like that, please tell your voice there. We want to hear your voice. We want to improve together. And of course, we are the part of this Knowledge Alliance that is known Erasmus Mundus Students and Alumni Alliance. We are working with the Erasmus Students Network, Oceans Network, Garage Erasmus Foundation. We are working with African Students and Alumni Forum, and also we are working with Western Balkan Alumni Association. Don't hesitate to be part of any organization, but keep in mind, we are working together. So our global community is all one that values diversity, inclusivity, and the exchange of ideas. Each one of you brings a wealth of knowledge, skills, and experience that will enrich the tapestry of our association. And of course, it will enhance the learning environment for all. So your presence here as future ambassador of Erasmus Mundus program, your presence here as ambassadors from your country to the European Union countries, from your country to the European Union program, or also you are the ambassador from European higher education to your country. So of course, this is a testament to the power of international higher education in fostering understanding, collaboration, tolerance, and cooperation. I encourage you to choose every moment of this journey. I encourage you to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead with an open heart and a curious mind. Try to learn not only from your professors, but also from each other and from the communities that you become a part of. Embrace the cultural difference you encounter, for they are windows into the diversity of our world. As you embark on this remarkable journey, know that the Erasmus Mundus Association is always here to support you in every step of the way. We are your partners in this transformative experience, and our doors are always open for guidance, assistance, and friendship. There's a proverb that we are working 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 12 months in a year. So our doors are always open for guidance. In closing, I want to reiterate how thrilled we are to welcome you all into this Erasmus Mundus family. Together, we'll celebrate your success, navigate your challenge, and ensure that your Erasmus Mundus experience is nothing short of extraordinary. Once again, congratulations on your selection, and I look forward to witnessing your remarkable achievements over the next years. Your journeys begin now, and it promises to be an incredible one. Thank you and welcome to the Erasmus Mundus community. And I would like to welcome you to be part of EMA, to be the member of our beloved Erasmus Mundus Association. Welcome and thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashikur. Thank you for a wonderful presentation. Very well put, and I'm sure that it was helpful for the incoming students to get acquainted with the association and how we can support them. Rajon, if you would like to.
Thank you. We have heard from the Vice President of EMA. Then we saw a very nice presentation from the President of EMA. Now we will look forward to some insights and information from our distinguished guest speakers from the Commission. So in the beginning, our two guest speakers from DG EAC, European Commission's Directorate-General for Education, Youth, Sport and Culture, Mr. Adrian Veale and Mr. Bruno Castro Benito. I welcome you both on the stage to share with us some insights and some information. Mostly what I will just ask two questions and then give the floor to both of you. One would be the expectations of the European Commission regarding the EMJM program, and also the expectations for the incoming EMJM students. I'm sure many of the YouTube live viewers are incoming EMJM students. What are the expectations from them, and how EMJM program contributes to the landscape of the European higher education? So the floor is to you, Mr. Adrian and Bruno. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much, Rajon, and thank you for firstly for organising this event. We think it's a great event to put Erasmus Mundus a bit more clearly on the map, to explain to our incoming cohort of students what they can expect, and also to make them aware of what the benefits are of working with EMA. You've given a very sort of eloquent introduction to what Erasmus Mundus is all about. And you've actually said it to a large degree much better than we can say it here at the Commission as bureaucrats. But Bruno and I would like to say a little bit about, why Erasmus Mundus was set up, why it's structured in the way it is, and what's the the forthcoming agenda for Erasmus Mundus over the next few years, as well as what you can expect as this incoming cohort of students about to start on this. Well, you said it. This journey, this adventure over the next probably 2 years in most cases. But Bruno, would you like to start by talking about the program?
Yes, thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Emma, for organizing this activity, and thank you, everyone who is watching us. I would like to give some context, because maybe you are wondering why a political institution, why the European Union is intervening in this welcoming, and why we are providing funding. Your master, maybe you are starting to notice, is not like any other type of studies that you could have done at any university, because Erasmus Mundus joint masters are funded by the European Commission, and we are providing funding in 2 ways. We are providing funding for the universities themselves to set up these masters, joining up expertise from different universities and delivering, as you know, joint or multiple diplomas. So we are providing funding to the universities and working with them. And this is a bottom-up process. So you are studying a diversity of different topics and disciplines. It's not that the European Union is telling them what are the topics that should be in the catalog, but universities propose it, and then we are selecting the best ones. And that's why we have such a variety among the 200 masters currently in the catalog. So as I said, we are providing funding to the universities, but we are also providing funding to some of you through direct scholarships. So I hope many of you were lucky winners, but even those who are self-funded students, I'm sure you will enjoy and benefit greatly from the Erasmus Mundus. Because Erasmus Mundus is also quite student-centered. One of the requirements that we have when setting up and funding these programs is that the masters need to build a skill set for specific career direction. So practitioners, academic researchers, administrators, any kind of professionals. We have this political objective at the end of the day. We are funding Erasmus Mundus because this is on European interest, but also in global interest. We count on you to learn and then to apply it in your professional life in order to tackle the global challenges. International cooperation is essential in today's world. So this is not just in the benefit of Europe, but also in the benefit of your countries if you are not European. And of course, we're helping to make European higher education more visible and attractive. We started in 2004, so next year we'll be celebrating 20 years of Erasmus Mundus. And you will see that the diversity, interdisciplinarity, and the international and multicultural mix of students and colleagues that you will encounter is at the core of the program. So I know that many of you are not from Europe. You are coming to Europe, and you will find many colleagues in similar situations. So we invite you to become ambassadors of your countries, of your universities, but also when you return, if you do it, to become ambassadors of the European country and the European Union in the future. Just to give, and I will finish before giving the floor again to Adrian, with the questions that we were asked, and what are the expectations on the Erasmus Mundus Young Masters that the European Commission has. Well, the objectives is to support quality, innovation, excellence, internationalization of universities through academic cooperation, because it's very important, as I said, that universities are cooperating among themselves, and it's not easy for them to deliver these joint masters. We want to increase the quality and attractiveness of the European higher education area, but also to support the European union external action in higher education, and increase synergies between higher education, innovation, and research. As I said, your masters are not like others. They are excellent masters, and they are very well connected to research, to innovative ways of teaching, and also to respond to societal and labor market needs. So normally you will be in contact with the industry and with the employers in order to learn about the latest state of the art in the industry as part of your teaching or your learning, sorry, but also in order to have traineeships or professional job opportunities afterwards. So finally, the final objective is to improve the competencies, the skills, and the employability of you as future master graduates. As I said, we will be celebrating in 2024 the 20th anniversary of Erasmus Mundus. So there will be several events. Please stay posted, because there will be big events in order to raise the visibility and the profile of Erasmus Mundus, in order to share good practices, and there might be for sure a testimonial of students. And we will highlight as well how many policy initiatives and changes that have happened in the European Union, in the European higher education area in the last 20 years have been influenced by Erasmus Mundus. For example, we are currently discussing at political level the possibility of implementing an European degree, so not just national degrees, but European degrees. Of course, the issues of recognition and cooperation between universities have been pushed in practice thanks to Erasmus Mundus. So you can see that there are many dimensions of this program. There are benefits for you directly, and this is the primordial for the students, but also for the universities, for the European Union, for society as a whole. And I give back the floor to Adrian to complement what I said.
Okay, yes. Thanks very much, Bruno. I think what you've been hearing, I mean, from Bruno, but also from the Emma speakers before, is about the way that these programs that you are about to start really cross borders. And when I use the word borders, I mean all sorts of borders. Obviously, geographically, you'll be crossing quite a few when you travel to Europe, when you travel around Europe to take part in your master's course. But the way these programs bring together expertise from different countries also means that they're working across borders. The consortium is made up of 3, 4, 5, sometimes more countries, and they're all contributing their own knowledge, their own expertise, and their own, if you like, angle on the subject that you are studying. So this is why this whole Erasmus Mundus experience is entirely intercultural. You'll be learning about different approaches to teaching, different teaching cultures and traditions in the different countries you'll study. And you'll be probably traveling around with a cohort, a largely similar cohort of students from all sorts of different countries. And these students bring with them not only their own sort of national take on their national experience, their national culture, but also they may come from different stages, different life stages. I mean, many of you are freshly out of bachelor's, but some of you are coming back to a master's after experience at the workplace. So I think the key thing that we expect from you is to make the most of this intercultural experience. Talk to the people you meet, ask them questions. You'll learn, as I said, you'll learn a lot from your fellow students, perhaps more from your fellow students than you learn from the academics. But this is a key message. And we've also referred to the skills set that these programs develop. Now it's a very student-centered approach, and and the programs bring from different disciplines a skills set for a particular profession, as a practitioner, as an administrator, as a researcher. And you will be aware that there's a big range of programs. We're not sort of telling universities what they have to teach. We are selecting the best programs each year, and so you'll see we have a wide range of topics that you will be starting to study. I see astrophysics, aquaculture, food science, medicines, humanities like human rights, women's studies, filmmaking. So there's a whole range of studies. Most of you will be studying in Europe, but some of these consortia are more international, with a study period in a non-European country. And you will be studying at a range of universities with different focal points, if you like. You have the classic academic focused universities, you have technical universities or polytechnics, but all of them are reaching out to the world of work, as Bruno said, and in terms of a placement or bringing in teaching from the world of work. So these are all things that are awaiting you. And the EMA colleagues have said it, but I would very strongly recommend that you make the most of the potential for joining EMA, for working with EMA as well. This student experience is very exciting. There's a lot of potential there, but maybe it's a bit daunting as well. And I think you're going to hear a little bit about, how to cope with culture shock. You will be supported when you arrive. In European universities, we have a strong tradition of sort of buddy systems for incoming students. And particularly in the Erasmus Mundus courses, you can rely on those 20 years experience of Erasmus Mundus coordinators to really be there to help the students right from the selection stage through visa applications. I know this is sometimes an issue, to arrival at your study destination, and you should also have something to say about the course, the way the course is delivered. So work with your course representative to make your voice heard there as well. You're starting your studies 19 years after the first cohort. The first cohort arrived in Oslo. There were 10 students in that first cohort in August 2004. Obviously now we have many more. We have almost 3,000 scholarship winners and a number of other self-funded students taking part. So we have a major body of people each year, and we hope, will continue to play a role to give something back, if you like, through volunteering or simply spreading the news about the program and what it can do when you are back in your country. So some key messages. I'm not encouraging you to take time off your lessons, but make sure you leave enough time to get to know your fellow students, the academic coordinators, the staff at the universities, the local community as well. Get to know EMA, join EMA, get to know your program rep, take part in the activities during your studies and the opportunities after your studies as an alumnus. Maybe some of you have already established relations with the EU delegation. In that case, that a lot of them will want to know how it's going and to keep in touch with them during your studies and when you come back. One particular message I would say, if you find that there are problems with your study period, once you get to your university, the door to the executive agency who really manage these projects, these joint programs, the door to the executive agency, EACEA, is always open. There is a special mailbox for that. If you really want to discuss something that you feel isn't right, that you haven't been able to sort out through a sort of dialogue with your program, then contact the agency. I'll put that email address in the chat in a moment.
I put it already, Adrian.
You
I
put it already.
did.
Okay. I'm useless at multitasking. I always think I can do it, but thanks, Bruno, for that. So enjoy today's event, but above all, enjoy your study period, and you'll hear now more from my colleagues at the agency, but also from your peers within EMA about how to make the most of those 2 years during your program. So I wish you all the best, and congratulations first and foremost, because you have, it's not been easy. It's a very, it's not an easy selection process, but you've been selected. So make the most of it, and most of all, enjoy these 2 years. Thanks.
Thank you, Adrian. And I would like to complement, as I was pasting this email address in the chat, I was also pasting several links for those of you who are curious and you become Erasmus Mundus fans and you want to learn more about the past and the present and the future of this action, about these 20 years. I pasted several official publications of the European Commission analyzing the results. They are mostly statistical analysis about Erasmus Mundus, the nationalities involved every year, so the different disciplines, and also how the different countries are applying the joint degree policies. So if you are curious about the complexity of the program and about how many fellow nationals that have been participating in the country, so maybe you can take a look to those links. I pasted in YouTube, but it's just for curiosity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Adrian Veale, and thank you, Mr. Bruno Castro, for your insightful talk. I myself got a lot of information from you, and I can only imagine that all the incoming students this year would have greatly benefited from the information that you shared. The YouTube live that we are doing right now, it will be uploaded and will stay on the EMA YouTube channel. So it's not only the 2023 intake that will benefit from this live discussion, but all the future intakes, the future cohorts. If they come and watch this video, they will also get relevant information. So we are very happy that we are creating this platform from where incoming students can extract information. Thank you. And now we have another speaker from the Commission, from the Commission's European Education and Culture Executive Agency. We have Ms. Helena Banegas, who is the project advisor of Erasmus Plus International Alumni. So Ms. Helena Banegas is on the screen now.
Hello. Good afternoon, morning, or evening. As I understand that we are covering all the world. I don't know how to. Okay, you are putting my slide presentation.
Right.
Thank you very much. Do I have the control? Yes. Okay. So my name is Helena Banegas, and I work then at the executive agency. I'm working in, the executive agency and the DG EAC work in collaboration. The Commission is mainly focusing on the programming on the policy aspect of the action of the Erasmus program, and the executive agency is working mainly on the implementation of the actions, like the financing of the Erasmus Mundus to the universities, the financial aspects. And I'm not working directly on Erasmus Mundus joint master degree, but I'm in charge of the file of the Erasmus Plus International Alumni. I'm working in the unit at the executive agency in charge of the international capacity building. That's I thank Ashiko to invite me to present to you the main the relationship between the European Commission and EMA. As Ashiko, but also Bruno and Adrian presented earlier, the Erasmus Mundus Association has been created in the following the creation of the Erasmus Mundus program in 2004. And it has been expanding and growing over the last 19 years with quite a lot of students and members. I don't want to go back to Ashiko's presentation, but this such a structure need a very well organization, a good management board, program representative, country representative, project leaders. Such a structure needs some financial support as well. And EMA is a volunteer organization. That's why the Commission decided to support EMA's activities. EMA is part of the Erasmus Student and Alumni Alliance, the EACEA network, the EACEA Alliance. And within this framework, we are supporting some of the functioning cost and activity of EMA through a framework contract with a service provider who is providing these services. We invite we finance the board members. There are 12 board members from all over the world, so it's not something that a young organization can afford by itself, for example. So this is taking in charge by the financing, the organization of the annual general assembly as well, with nearly last year it was 120 people. I think we financed for 100. This is the support that we are providing at the executive agency. Here you can see the Erasmus Plus International Alumni Network. EACEA is composed of the Erasmus Student Network, Erasmus Mundus Association, Oceans, and Garag Erasmus. Oceans is the equivalent of Erasmus Mundus, but is dedicated to the student benefiting from a mobility grant, not a master, but a mobility. But the Erasmus Student Network is open to the Erasmus students. So you could also be interested by their activities. Garag Erasmus is mainly active with students and alumni working on entrepreneurship. They have some offices in Europe and some outside Europe, but you can also check on their website if you are interested in their activities. But as an Erasmus Mundus student, if you are from the Western Balkans, you could also be interested by the WIBA activity, because there is a specific alumni network for your region. And the same for the African continent. There is the African Student and Alumni Forum. So you can be both, Erasmus Mundus is really focusing on your statutes of Erasmus Mundus students with your specific issue, the functioning of your master, if you have. This is very specific because you are all peers and you all do the same kind of study. But then you could be interested also to join students having benefited from the Erasmus Plus program from different from different actions, but which are from your country or your region. So that's why I wanted to present you this organization. So EMA is part of the EACEA, as I said. I already presented them, and some activities are organized for this within the EACEA organization. Some projects. The main aim is to, for example, organize activity for strengthening the higher education quality. That it could be forum, conferences, or web streaming meetings. So also activities to spread the Erasmus program and action. Activities for increasing social inclusion, empowerment, and participation of the member, and some capacity building. So the objective of the alumni is at two levels. One is, as a student, you can benefit from this organization because some of the members have a similar experience or can provide you some support. And then when graduated, you can give back to the student, of course, but you can also network from a professional point of view with your peer, with other alumni that can enrich your professional network in the future. So this is important to keep in mind, even if I know that you are just at the beginning of your adventure. For you to know, for the last 4 years, we have supported within the alumni, international alumni program, 73 projects all around the world, in more than 37 countries. You can see on the map. The most representative activities were for spreading Erasmus Plus and widening the participation and the capacity building of the alumni. And this is all I wanted to present you quickly. So EMA is with you as a network organization, so take the advantage of it. As well as my colleague said, there is this functional mailbox if you have specific problem during your master. Don't send it to me because I'm not working with this functional mailbox, but I just want it will be supported by the executive agency. And now I wish you good luck and enjoy this great opportunity that's come to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this presentation, Hélène. I think that it was very useful for our attendees to know that there are many other sister associations that they can be part of, so regional associations. And if this has been maybe a lot of information for you to process, once you join EMA, and I invite you to join us from the start of your Erasmus Mundus journey, many things will get clear because we will be talking a lot about all of these associations. So now we will hear from EMA leaders who are active volunteers in EMA. These EMA leaders have already gone through the journey you're about to begin. EMA is a global association. We have volunteers from across the globe, as you've understood by now, from North Pole to South Pole, from East to West. We will start from the east side of the planet and gradually move westwards. We will hear some practical tips and suggestions from our country representatives that I'm coordinating. And we will first travel to the Southeast region, as I invite now Virza from Indonesia to join us. Welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Hi. So Virza, I have a question for you. Could you share your insights about how to deal with culture shock during your Erasmus Mundus journey?
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Rajon. So, as the one who coming from the southern part of the world, from Indonesia, coming to the northern part that's called Europe is totally different, Anna. I think it's not only about the shock you face at the first time, but it's it's still happening during our studies or during our period in the Europe. So I think that after getting some insights from myself, from my friends, and from everyone, I realized that I strongly suggest you to these few things. First, I think you have to learn as much of the host country or such universities. You can talk to the people who have been there, for example, the alumni of the program. You also, can ask them what's the considered polite or rude, because if you do that, maybe you get like the social punishment. No one will approach you. And also learn a bit of the local language, and also prepare yourself at first mentally, of course, because you might be facing something unexpected. And also you have to mentally prepared, because for some differences before you go. For example, like me, Indonesia, I never see like 4 seasons in the Europe, so I have to equip myself a bit harder than my friends coming from the Europe. And the second, I think you have also to find and cultivate your hobbies, because this will force you to to take a break from your day-to-day stresses, and also to carve out time to devote yourself, because the hobbies will keep you productive and instill you with a sense of purpose while having fun. For myself, because coming from Indonesia, I was pretty crazy, but badminton, I joined a badminton club, and also I took a tennis course, because I think those sports will help me to get off the stress of the studies. And third, I also suggest you to get a strong bonds with your classmates. In the end, you are coming to the Europe, you are not alone. You have your like the cohort classmate, you have another classmate from the universities. Try to get strong bond with them, because find new and good friends, learn and exchange the culture. Like the Mr. Bruno and Mr. Adrian already inform us. Try to get intercultural exchange, because after that, they can be your support system to each other. And for me, good friends somehow are really crucial for your mental health and for your quality of life. The fourth one, I think you have to seek for help if you need, because maybe many of us, just reluctant and shy to ask the help. But from my experience, you can even get a counseling or having further discussion with your lecturer after the class, or even another time. Or you also can join a religious or spiritual group. For example, you can find like for me, like a Muslim, I can find like the Islamic community there. I join, like the Friday prayer every week. That's how how I connected with the culture that I used to be before in my country, Indonesia. And also I also suggest you, for example, if you didn't try it yet, you can also do meditation, because it could help you to eliminate the depressions. And the fifth suggestion, of course, you have to be around, and also plus get busy, because because this is actually can lead you to join like the activities in your campus. For example, in our case, in our organization in EMA, and also you can visit or get a chance to visit culture or food fair. You have to taste another food provided in Europe, and also you can be your like Mr. Adrian said, also like you can be your country and official ambassador. You can introduce your like your food, your traditional clothes during some events, so every one of you can know better about the other cultures. And also don't forget to set learning goals for every trip you of your travel. For example, I ever learn France a bit, so when I traveled to Paris. So I'm not only taking picture with the Eiffel Towers, but I try to practice my French a bit, so I can get like the real conversation with the locals of the French people. So I promise you guys, once you are home after your Erasmus journey, you'll forget all of the things that irritated you. You only can treasure the memories and friends you met in your Erasmus journey. I think that's all, Anna.
Great. Great, Virza. Thank you very much. Very useful tips, support group, and learning the language, at least for some basic phrases. Now, I would like to welcome an active EMA volunteer from the African continent, Regan.
Hi, Anna. Hi, Rajon. Good to see you. Hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, thanks for joining, Regan.
Fantastic.
A question for you.
Yes.
Could you share from your experience some suggestions about how to get used to a new education system?
Okay, so thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit on some insights regarding this question. I would start by saying getting used to a new education system is not easy, I believe, and may be a common experience during the Erasmus Mundus journey. And I believe maybe with 5 tips that I can share with you, probably you may find help. So to start with, I would say I would advise you to research the education system. So for example, take time to research about the education system of the universities that are involved in your Erasmus Mundus journey. And I believe that you may get to know about the teaching methods and exams or assessments and how they differ from your previous experience. So, for example, in my case, in Zimbabwe, I know that it's the University of Zimbabwe where I used to study. In my faculty, it was not the Faculty of Medicine. So normally our exams were structured in a way that they were open answer, either open answer questions as well as questions that then allow you to actually write essays. But as I got to one of the universities here in Europe, this was quite a total. It was totally a total different experience altogether. Where I would see myself being assessed, for example, through multiple choice questions, and some of these multiple choice questions actually have negative marking. So yeah, this can be a little bit of a challenge initially, but I strongly believe that once you get more experience, get more used to the system and get to understand more about the assessment methods, this can actually help you then to be able to adjust to this education system and see yourself thriving forward. Secondly, I would encourage you to ask questions. So I would say do not hesitate to ask questions to professors, students, or alumni, or classmates whenever you are not sure about something. So examples also include exams, assessments, about things like relocation and settling in a country that you will be studying in. And also, I'll give example of some of the people that are also there to help you. So in some of our volunteers in the Erasmus Mundus Association, such as the program representatives, normally, of course, they have some information regarding the past, the experiences of the respective programs they represent, and also have quite a good network within EMA and also within the respective programs that they have, such that it becomes easier for you to acquire some good information and insights regarding the education system, as well as some of the useful tips that you may need, especially for settling in and relocation that you may find useful. And I would say, thirdly, maybe I would encourage you to get involved. So join clubs or organizations that interest you One great example that I'll give is EMA. So I highly encourage you to join EMA. I strongly believe this is a great way for you to meet people and network. And of course, the more you network, the more you get to learn a lot of things. And also the learning curve does not only involve you only learning, but also it also helps others to learn. So this may also help someone else that is also having the Erasmus Mundus experience, so that they can actually get help regarding the education system and adjust as well. And yeah, I also encourage you to stay organized. So stay organized through keeping track of your assignments to avoid falling behind, because I believe it's key that you always keep yourself going and not fall behind. This may greatly help you navigate during your experience. And lastly, I would say be patient with yourself. So I know that this is not going to be easy. This is not easy in general. It is a common experience having to adjust to a new education system during your Erasmus Mundus journey. And I strongly urge you to be patient with yourself and don't get distracted if things don't work well at first. And eventually, I strongly believe that you'll get it and you have a successful Erasmus Mundus journey. So in a nutshell, yes, that's all I believe I can share with you, and hopefully you find these tips useful. Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, Regan, a lot for this very useful information. I am sure the information that you have shared, and the insights, suggestions that you have shared, it will greatly benefit all the incoming EMJM students. Okay, so what my co-host Anna started, starting from the east of the planet, now coming to the center, and now we will move westward from the African continent. We will move westward to the Latin American continent. So from Mexico, we have with us Carla. Hola, Carla.
Hola, sorry.
Yes.
I think that
Now
also
we can hear
here.
you.
Now, also in Mexico, we have these mic issues, but nice to see you all, and nice to listen and to have good memories with Birza and Regan was saying. So yeah.
Nice. We are grateful that you are here. So now that you are here, we wanted to use this opportunity to get some insights from you as well. So one question for you is regarding the Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters journey checklist. So what are the essential pre-flight preparations should incoming student complete?
Okay, that is a really good one. And I want to focus more in that stuff that it's unsafe, that it's more about personal and mind stuff, because I mean, I can resume that with your life in one suitcase and your insurance in your drive. And what that I'm saying, what that I'm trying to say. Well, there are so many things to do in this pre-flight season, and because I will highly recommend you to fly without baggage. And what I'm trying to say is that I'm not talking about suitcases. I am talking about tasks, about unsafe feelings, about things to do, about stuff that you left behind, or just put it in another side because you are going to do it later. Just is now your time to do that. Is now your time to fix everything and be ready to go really far from home. And I'm gonna tell you why. Well, I'm saying like your insurance in your drive is because you need to have in order all your papers. There are so many opportunities that now you are going to discover, even more than you can imagine, that it's better to have 1,000 papers in your drive that missing an opportunity because you don't have one. So have your birth certificate, and if you need to translate some of your papers, please ask your Erasmus Mundus consortium if they need specific papers when you are there. So besides that, have everything in your drive, because you are going to need it. If you want to look for an opportunity like an internship or a job or something, maybe they are going to ask you some papers like your bachelor degree or something. So just be sure to have it in your drive. Also, the next thing that you have to do is visit all your favorite places and create goodbye memories. And it's not that you are not coming back, but you are going to enjoy them in a different way, and you are going to bring those memories with you. And I promise you that those visits are going to be really helpful when you are far from home. Another one, as I said, it's related with the persons. Think about all those apologies, those hugs, those handshakes, those truths, those nice words that you have in your bag, and you say like, oh, I'm gonna call them later. Do it now. Now is a perfect time to do that. In this case, it's not a goodbye way as the visit to your favorite places, because you are taking them home and you are going to be in peace with you and your mind, and it's going to be really helpful, because this Erasmus Mundus journey, it's a high demand journey, and as light as you are in your side, inside you, it's gonna be easier for you. Another one, food. Consider taking with you your favorite snacks and some local ingredients, because people like me was missing some chili. So for those spicy person like me brings your favorite ingredients. Sometimes it's easier to have them there, but sometimes it's not. And you can always call home and get your family close to you with your phone, but you can have the flavors of your country, of your city. So it's going to be really helpful. And sometimes, as I did, some Mexicans did, I know, you can use that as social, for your parties and something. You can use those ingredients because everyone wants to try something for your country. So bring something. Be sure to bring something. Another one is make a research, as Virsa said already, about the countries and cities where you are going to live, especially about the first one, because you are new and you don't really know how the things works. So it will be really helpful if you have some insights and you have some research about that specific city. And also will be really helpful for your packing. And I think that sometimes we pack everything just in case. Don't do that. Don't do that in Erasmus Mundus journey. Just don't take everything, just the necessary. You are going to find so much more stuff that is going to be more helpful there than those that you bring in your suitcase. For example, I am from Mexico. We are not a really cold country. We don't have snow. So the jackets that I could bring are not going to be enough, and were not enough. So I have to buy another one there. So don't bring that stuff that you don't think that it's going to be necessary. Start studying even before your Erasmus Mundus journey starts. And I'm not remember if it was Bruno, the one that say that that really care about knowing the people that is around you and knowing the countries that you can visit. Yeah, it's really important to do that. I visit around 16 countries when I was there, just in 2 years. But also I got my degree and I learned a lot of stuff. So study before that, just to get, before arriving there, just to get like some argot or some words that you are going to learn. Because in my experience, I had English lessons before. I have my English classes, but I didn't have before classes in English for a specific topic. So if you study a little in advance, it's going to be really helpful, and it's going to be easier for you to get all the topics. And finally, visit the doctor. go to the doctor in your country, in your city, and go for a checkup, just a general checkup, just to be sure that you are okay. Even when with Erasmus Mundus insurance, you have a great insurance that is going to be really helpful, and be prepared to read everything about your insurance. But just to be sure, go to the doctor before taking your flight, and ask them, as the doctor, if you need to know specific words in another language, in case that you have an illness or something. So it's going to be really helpful. And there is so much more stuff to do, but sometimes this unsaid stuff is the one that comes to your mind when you are there because you didn't do it before and you are far now. So just as a sum up, just say what you were saying you were leaving behind or leaving for later. Have all your papers, try to have everything in order. And thank you very much for this really nice question, because sometimes it's hard to talk about this Erasmus Mundus preparation journey.
Thank you, Carla. Wow, lot of great information. I think the last one is very important. I could not agree with you more. The country that you are going to, learn some words, learn some key important words of that country in that language. That could prove to be a big lifesaver for you. And then one thing that I would like to also reiterate, like Carla, travel with your cohorts, with your classmates. Nothing teaches you more than exploring the world and accumulating experiences. So yeah. So now we will move to the Q&A, question answer session. So because we have our three distinguished special guests from the Commission, I would like to take this opportunity to ask three different questions to three of them. Maybe I start with Bruno Castro. So one question to you is, of course, EMJM students can be classified into two categories: one who get the Erasmus Mundus scholarship and who come self-funded. So my question is from the perspective of the self-funded students. So what benefits may self-funded students get when they come to Europe for their masters? Are there any projects of the Commission, that are there for supporting these self-funded students, or does EC have any plans in the future for the self-funded students that will join the EMJM programs?
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you. Well, the self-funded students, of course, they benefit of the excellent teaching, and I'm sure that they will enjoy and benefit of their Erasmus Mundus journey, as all what we have been saying in the last hour and a half applies to them. But they can also, we call them self-funded, but it's possible maybe some of them have access to different kind of scholarships, not from the European Commission, but maybe from their countries or from private institutions or other sources. So even now might be not so late. If they are already accepted, maybe they can contact the institutions in their home country, and maybe there are these kind of opportunities. We are not really aware of all the funding opportunities existing in the world. But there is also one specific opportunity under Erasmus+. Erasmus+ is the big European program to support education, culture, sport and youth in Europe, and Erasmus Mundus is part of Erasmus+. So for those self-funded students who are in Erasmus Mundus, they can ask, they can request their coordinator, the Erasmus Mundus coordinator, they can request support in order to receive Erasmus+ scholarships of limited value. They are not so well funded as the Erasmus Mundus one, but it can be an interesting help for moving from one country to the other. Those who are familiar with Erasmus Plus, they understand the concept. So once they are in Erasmus Mundus, they come to Europe, let's say in Belgium. So in order to support them in the move from Belgium to Germany, there might be a partial scholarship. The procedure, which is maybe a bit bureaucratic, as I said, is contact the coordinator of your master, and they will tell you how to do it, and they will apply and do the paperwork for you in case you are eligible.
Thank you, Bruno, very much. Maybe now I will take this opportunity to ask a question to Adrian. I have been going through the YouTube chat, and also because working in the outreach and capacity building unit, we handle a lot of questions from CRs. So this question, I will try to boil down to one line. Is many students are waiting for their visa. Sometimes they apply, the process gets delayed, and many students face visa problems before they fly and start their first semester. So a question from all of them could be, what should they do in case they face delay in their visa, or they have applied but waiting for a long time to get their visa. Their classes might be starting very soon. So what can we, or what can you tell them?
Yes, thanks, Rajon. Yeah, we appreciate this is an issue. You will also know that while it's the EU funding the program and funding the scholarships, it's the member states that actually have to grant the visa. This remains a national mandate of the member states. And we are also aware that there are cuts in budgets for consular services. Some consular services are being outsourced to agencies to award visas. It means I appreciate the visa process can be a bit stressful. What we try to do here, I mean, first of all, we rely on the expertise and the experience of the coordinators. The coordinators in Europe know what they need to provide to students in terms of the file that they have to submit for their visa. So there shouldn't be a problem there. I think the first thing to do if you are facing delays is to contact your coordinator. This alerts them to the problem, and it also can start a process where the coordinator can begin to think about measures to perhaps cope with the risk of a delay, a late arrival. So it's very important that you do that. The other thing that the coordinator can do is either the coordinator themselves or another partner consortium from the country that is hosting the student can then try and make the link with their country's visa services. So we think this is the best support that can come, is that if you are facing problems getting your visa to Italy, that the Italian host university contacts the Italian Foreign and Interior Ministry about the problem. We also regularly inform the member states about the need to process these visas, and it's a little bit of a calendar problem because, of course, everybody's visa is needed to start in September. So there's a huge peak of visa requests when it comes to students. If things begin to get so the first step, inform the coordinator. The coordinator has a number of avenues that they can follow to push that. There is nothing formal that the EU can do, but we are prepared to try and raise awareness of the problem in individual cases, and sometimes it's a question of a simple validation of a question from the embassy, which we can do. Sometimes it's simply to raise awareness of the fact that this situation needs to be sorted out as soon as possible. So we think that the main step is to go through the coordinator, but the next step for critical cases is to get back to the agency and the commission to see what we can do.
Thank you very much, Adrian Veale. This is very important. So if anybody faces a problem, the first contact person could be or should be the coordinator of the program, because they're already dealing with so many students. They might have some information that could easily, let's say, help the incoming students. Maybe one more question. It is very linked to the previous discussion. I will ask the question. So either Bruno or Adrian, any one of you could answer it. So the question is, if a student faces any issue with let's say an coordinator or the EMJM program itself, right? So if you have some issues, you can ask your colleagues, you can ask volunteers in EMA, you can ask your coordinators. But in a situation where there is a problem with the coordinator or in the program itself, how can a student get assistance from the commission, or what should be the step to solve problem with the program or the coordinators? If any one of you could take this.
Yeah, I think Adrian already said that in that email address that he shared, and it was shown in the screen and in the chat. This is the email address to contact directly the executive agency, EACEA. Because indeed it's very important that in the European Commission, and in particular the executive agency, we are aware of any issue that might arise from any practice from the coordinator, so we can deal directly with it. Of course, talking to colleagues, to peers, to EMA can be interesting, but it's better if we solve it, because we want to have the information, we have the tools, we have the contracts with the universities. So indeed, if there is a specific issue, problem, or conflict with the coordinator, please contact directly the European Commission. And we already, I think you already shared the email. Thank you.
Yes, and I would also say that I mean the general culture within these European universities, but also specifically for Erasmus Mundus programs, is that there should always be a process in place to enable students to come with, I mean, let's call them complaints, or to address issues with the university itself. So there should be that sort of mouthpiece, if you like, that you can use to voice issues that you may have. Talk about them first with your program representative. Talk about them with the coordinator, or another avenue that's open for student complaints within the university. But if that results in you're still dissatisfied, then you have this address for the agency to look into it. I mean, hopefully not, but it might be a question of mismanagement, or it might be a quality problem that we would like to know about and to try and address.
Thank you very much, Adrian and Bruno. Very, very useful information. Now we are already 90 minutes to our live stream. I will now take this opportunity to go to Helen Banegas. Until now, we have been talking about Erasmus Mundus, the studies, visas, coordinator problems, etc. Maybe I have a different topic, so it's related to us. By us, we mean the Erasmus Mundus Students and Alumni Association. A context is EMA is getting bigger day by day. More and more EMJM students are coming, and many of them are interested in volunteering and getting some volunteering experiences. Thus, we see a lot of people expressing their wish to become volunteers in EMA. So the question to Ellen is does EC have plans for further or even more financial assistance in the future to accommodate and motivate more volunteers, because we are already getting funding from the commission. But what about the future? What does the future lie for EMA?
Well, as you know, there is, I mean, this is very specific, but you know that the future is secure for the next 4 years because the Commission is supporting the alumni and EMA in particular. There is currently a tender which have been published. And then for the specific activity, we will discuss that with you and the future contractor. We don't have yet the results. So this is something that we will discuss with you as the EMA board, and you will discuss that with your teams and your different structures. I mean, at a different level, or you would like to have the activity supported, because we will need to receive your input and in the selection of the activities to be organized on site all over the world. I mean, but we have also, you have to see yourself as the EMA organization and also collaborating with the other international alumni network within the ESA. But for this, I mean, it's a bit, I mean, the Commission is supporting EMA. We have the budget. The budget is confirmed year by year, but you are supported and sure to be supported for the future years, for the next years.
Thank you, Ellen. It's great to hear from you. We're very happy to hear that. Maybe I will switch to my co-host Anna.
I forget to say in my intervention. I mean, I mentioned that you were 12 board members, but I meet the 12 board members. But I wanted to stress to the alumni the great job that you are doing. I mean, you are. I mean, it's the volunteers and those who takes the charge to be board members and some responsibility, who are carrying Erasmus Mundus and making it functioning. So I really wanted to thank you and to stress that to the Erasmus students who are joining now the program. And Erasmus Mundus Association is working because you, the volunteers, you make it working. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Ellen. As volunteers, such encouraging words are our payments. So we are really happy to hear from you.
And then we support you for the very specific activities to be financed.
Thank you. So maybe Anna, because we have asked a few questions to our three distinguished speakers from the Commission. Thank you very much. Now maybe I will give the floor to Anna, because I think she wants to ask some questions to our internal participants.
Yeah, thank you, Rajon. So to finish this Q&A part of the event, I wanted to ask Ashikur to tell us more about how our attendees or incoming students can become EMA members.
Thank you so much, Anna. I was actually expecting this question because someone was already like started writing in the chat. Like there is some delay from our side. I do apologize that there is some delay, but I can ensure with the support from Helena Banegas from European Education and Culture Executive Agency, we are almost about to find a solution how we can actually speed up the membership approval process. So in order to be member of EMA, those who are very new here today, please go to EMA website. In the header menu, there is a header section named as members area. If you want to be benefited from EMA, please keep your eye there because there's a lot of opportunity are already there for you. So if you go to the members area, if you click this header menu, you can find like how to become an EMA member, what is the benefit to be an EMA member. If you go down, read everything, and then you'll find also like eligibility criteria. And finally, you will find a red color block where it is written become a member. If you click there, it will take you to our membership portal that is known as community portal. You have to put some sort of documentation, your name, your program name, your coordinating in university, and then maybe your scholarship award letter or program acceptance letter, or if you are already an alumni, like you finished your study, you are already graduate, it will ask for your diploma supplement or any sort of certificate that you can provide as a proof that you are part of or you are part of Erasmus Mundus program. So by this way, you can be EMA member. Those who are waiting for being member of EMA like around a long time, more than 1,000 participants are waiting who wants to be like EMA member. I do apologize for this problem that we are facing due to GDPR issue, but we are almost about to solve this issue. So please excuse our this issue, and I do tell you that it will be solved very soon, very soon. So just stay with us. Even if you're not part of the community portal, if you submit the application, we consider you as a EMA member. So there will be no issue if you submit an application for being volunteer of EMA. Just try to submit issue. If you are still not the member, doesn't matter. Send us an email, write properly that you already submitted the application for being EMA member. That's enough to volunteer with EMA. That's enough to be benefited from EMA activities, EMA opportunities. Just to mention you one thing, those who are really afraid about your mental health, for information, EMA, right now we are conducting, like EMA is leading a ESA funded project that is known as Mindful Mundus. So I would request all incoming students, you can follow the webinars or useful information to get support regarding your mental health and intercultural experience. You can find Mindful Mundus through LinkedIn, or you can check EMA YouTube channel. There is already some webinars and there will be some more. So be ready to enjoy that and cherish the dream. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashikur Rahman, President of EMA, for this information at the end. Mindful Mundus might be very useful for many of our students. So we have come to an end of our very, very interesting event. But end is not the end. This video will, of course, stay on the YouTube channel of EMA. So no worries. You can always share this video to other incoming students that have not participated in the live session. In the end, I want to thank our 3 distinguished speakers from the Commission. Thank you very much for coming and sharing all the insights and information. I want to thank the EMA volunteers, the 3 volunteers that have joined from different parts of the globe, Southeast Asia, African continent, and the Latin American continent. Thank you, 3 of you. And also I want to give a special thanks to Shaheen SIT. He is handling the live broadcast on YouTube channel and also handling the StreamYard on which we are talking right now. And I want to hand over to Anna, and also very big thanks to Anna for being the co-host. And I will let Anna take over and finish this event. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Rajon. As you said, I also join you in thanking all the guests. We really appreciate your contribution to this event. And as for the incoming students, you know that the video will stay available, and I hope that we managed to answer many of your questions during this session. But you might be asking what to do if you have further questions. So I invite you to go on the EMA website and check the list of country representatives and program representatives. EMA consists of volunteers who serve to you as your representative. There are 2 pillars of EMA, and we have currently 80 countries represented and 113 programs represented. So if each of these representatives have their email as contact, go ahead, contact them. Many of them also have created social media accounts for Erasmus Mundus, so you can also interact this way with them. And lastly, I would invite you to join the network. Our country representatives and program representatives network are growing. If your country or program lacks a representative, you can step into the role from the start of your Erasmus Mundus. And as we are reaching the end of the event, I would like to wish you to make the most of your Erasmus Mundus experience. Remember to seek knowledge and self-discovery in this new environment while taking care of yourself. And don't forget to give back to the community by joining EMA as a volunteer. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Goodbye.
so much for joining.